Hello, good morning, everybody. It's the Savage Stacker. How much silver is too much silver to own? And what is the right amount of silver to own? I quit counting how much silver I had after about 2,000 ounces, and that was 3 or 4 months ago. So since then, I've probably added another 3, 4, 500 ounces of silver, and it's starting to get to the point where this bar's upside down. It's starting to get to the point where I'm running out of room. And about 2 months ago, I think it's about 2 months ago, beginning of December, we took off and went to the Sierras and went to go check out the snow and all that. And there was no snow in Tahoe. There was none. It was crazy. And then we came home the next day. There was snow everywhere. I moved all my silver out of the house and put it in another secure location. And me and my son, each grabbed a box. We got like a Pelican case that I put in the safe. Two of them. I have 2 Pelican cases that I put in the safe, and that's where it lies. And nobody's gonna pick up this safe. I mean, it took 6 guys to get the son of a gun upstairs. But I didn't want to leave it here in case of a fire and not be able to get it out. So I moved to different locations. And let me tell you, it's heavy. I mean, it's 80 pounds each, easy, 100 pounds. It's a lot of weight. And just to get the stuff to and from the location was a chore. And if I didn't have my kid with me, it would have took a couple trips in and out of the car, up and down the stairs, in and out of the house. And if I'm working on a fire, if I'm out on a fire and my wife was having to move this stuff on her own, it probably wouldn't get moved. And that would be a tragedy. Well, a tragedy would be if somebody got hurt, but it would be not very cool to lose all of this. So I think a safe amount is what you can move quickly and safely secure in your house or your home or wherever it is you stash it, and without it being a nuisance. And it's starting to get that way now. I mean, silver's heavy. It's not light. You got 40 of these 20-ounce bars, and that's heavy by itself. It's 800 ounces, 1,000 ounces is heavy, especially to try to move it quickly. And for me, gold is very easily just the same amount of value as just a handful, of gold. And so I think the answer to that question is how much silver should you own is, for one, the amount that you have space for to safely secure it, and also, if there's an emergency, safely be able to move it without it being a safety concern from crime, and also another way to safely move it without hurting your body, so physically, and I'm getting to the point now where silver is becoming quite a burden. Like, I got stuff stashed. I have no more room in my boxes, no more room in my safe. I got it stashed around in my cupboards and on my shelves and on the counter. And it's getting to the point where I'm just sticking silver everywhere. My kids have these little small Pelican boxes. Their stuff's full. And it's becoming a burden. And that is another reason why this year I'm going to be trying to get more gold. But the funny thing is that silver is reasonably cheap now than it was compared to 2021, and it would behoove me to purchase more silver to help offset the cost from last year. But it is becoming quite the burden. Like, I'm out of space, and when it comes to being able to safely secure it and store it. So the question is going to vary. The answer to that question is going to vary person to person, and but what is the issue for me is weight and room, space to put it, and securely, put it down. To be able to lock it up securely. So let's take a look at some of this stuff. So with gold, I'm finding it's a lot easier just to be able to, look at those, huh? I got those for $24 from the LCS. I got these eagles right here from the LCS for $28. Yep. And that's during all these high prices. And when I can get silver for that price compared to the online dealers right now, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna get as much as I can at that price. But the burden of space and weight is becoming an issue, and so I really want to stick to my guns and try to get more gold for this year. But I'm really having a hard time not buying silver. It's become quite an addiction. And I like silver because there's so many different aspects of collecting it, from vintage bars to art bars to government to bullion to just things I like that I've always wanted. Some of these bars that have like ladies on them and freedom and all, like, this stuff is just like, who wouldn't want to own stuff like that, right? Look at these things. Now, personally, when it comes to these pressed bars, I'm a huge fan of the Johnson Matthey bars. So when I get a chance to find these, I usually pick them up as quick, as fast as I can. And they are literally my favorite bars when it comes to pressed bars. And the next ones would be the ones that are kind of artsy, like these right here. And these are government minted bars. So when I get a chance to find this stuff, I buy it, but it is getting really heavy. And I want to finish out my goal of 100 10-ounce bars this year. And but I've slowed down. Like, I bought this 20-ounce bar. I could have bought 2 more 10-ounce bars. And I'm wishing that I did once I got this in hand. I was kind of kicking myself in the butt for that. And I have opportunities to buy more 10-ounce bars right now, but I really want to stick to my guns and buy more gold. Just because I know for the weight factor and the security factor, it's going to help me out in the long run. And so I'm really having a hard time sticking to my guns on that. But, so what is too much silver to own? It would be basically what you can secure safely and move fast if there's a crisis. You got to move, you got to leave, there's a fire and things like that. And there's no way my wife is going to be able to move one of these boxes. I mean, they're heavy. They're heavy, And when you're used to moving around bags of concrete and pulling fire hoses and doing stuff like that, it's lifting weights and all that. So it doesn't really bother you. But when you're somebody that doesn't do those things, that weight all at once is just dead weight. It's heavy, and you got to go downstairs. That's, I would rather my wife get her and the kids out safely if there was a fire than worry about this stuff. And that's where it becomes a problem, because I don't want to lose the money that I've invested in this. And so I'm having a really hard time. I don't want to stop stacking silver. I want to continue to stack silver, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to weed out some of the stuff I don't need. So stay tuned for that. I am going to actually start weeding out some of the stuff that I don't want anymore, and I'm going to turn it into gold. And I'm not going to get rid of all my silver. I love my silver, and but I'm actually going to start trying to get rid of some stuff. I think I'm going to get rid of all my eagles and buy gold with that money, and that'll help free up some space, and it will give people a deal versus the online dealers, and it also help me make a little extra money over spot, you know, and not burn myself. Because some of that stuff I bought when it was kind of pricey, and some of it I bought when it was much cheaper too, so I'll make a little bit of money on it. But I'm gonna free up some space. I'm gonna try to make some room and get some more gold, so it's just much easier to hide. It's easier to, you know, to move around. And if my wife needs to run out the house, she can open the safe, grab the bag, put it in her purse or pocket or whatever, and move on, you know. We haven't lost everything if there's ever a fire. So what are your thoughts on this? What is too much silver to stack? What is enough silver to stack? And have you ever thought about any of this? Have you thought about it? Do I have too much silver to stack to like safely be able to move it out of the house? Or if there's a fire, or, you know, your kids be able to, you know, carry it or handle it. So what are your thoughts on that? Leave them down in the comments down below. Give me a thumbs up. That would really help out the algorithm. And, you know, I'm freestyling these videos lately. I haven't been writing stuff down or anything. I just get a little, you know, just want to put some content out, so I'm not like writing anything down. I'm just kind of freestyling this stuff. And so let me know down in the comments what you think. You know, I give it raw, I give it uncut, pretty much unedited, and just talk about what's on my mind for the day. And the burden of how heavy this is getting is quite big. And I'm trying to buy a house right now, so I've been thinking about getting rid of a lot of stuff like movies and just making space and stuff, so we don't have to move that much stuff when we move out of here. And so the weight of how much silver I have has been on my mind. It's not like I'm going to try to get rid of all of it, because I don't want to. I think silver has a long way to go to move up, and I think the potential of it is great. And so I don't want to get rid of all my silver, but I also would like to free up a little bit of space and get a little more gold, so it's easier to, and a little more mobile. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Everybody, you have a nice day. And I want to shout out a couple more little not videos, but people that I didn't shout out in my last video. Couple good people in this community that I highly respect and become friends with. And Cyclops Stacks, what's up, brother? You are one of my good bros. We talk on the phone quite a bit, and I don't want to leave you out, brother. You are one of my super homies on here. And Skull Stacks, y'all know Skull Stacks. He's been out there, you know, a lot, and he's very knowledgeable, especially when it comes to vintage stuff. So go check out both of those channels, Skull Stacks and Cyclops Stacks. Two very great guys out in the community, and I will put their links down in the description so you can go sub them. And yeah, that's all that goodness right there. Thank you for everybody coming by. Please hit the bell icon so you get updated on the latest videos. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Savage Stackers over and out.